Good day, everyone. I want to welcome you to today's edition of our lecture series in Matlab. Today we shall be looking at Module 2, which is Windows and editors in Matlab. I want to assume that you have installed Matlab on your system. So let me share my screen so that we can proceed immediately. So that's that. We're looking at Matlab Windows and editors. I am still Dr. Ekene Samuel Mbon. You can see my details, Google citation as displayed on the screen. You can also check me out at a photo page. You can also visit my YouTube handle at Dr. Ekene Samuel Mbon. My WhatsApp number is as displayed. You can also send an email to me if you have any question regarding today's lecture, or you can comment on the comment section. So basically, when you launch your Matlab, you are going to see three windows by default. One is the current folder containing your current directory, what you are doing. Then there is another window, workspace, which holds what you are doing. It's a kind of temporal memory for what you are doing. Matlab stores what you are doing temporarily there. And then there is a command window that helps you to give command instruction to Matlab. And then there is another window called Live Editor, which helps you to develop Matlab file and function files. And then you can also prepare your interactive section there. It's interactive that you can actually use it to prepare your lecture notes on Matlab. You can insert text there and code there. As a matter of fact, by next lecture going forward, we shall be using Live Editor or Live, what we generally call as Live Script, so that the lecture flow will be seamless. Then the third window is editor, or the script is almost the same thing with Live Editor. The only difference is that, or one of the major differences is that it's not interactive, so you can only use it to write M file and function files. It's not interactive. Live Editor is an upgrade of editor. That's that. And while saving on editor, you have to use .m. You use .m extension to let the Matlab know that it's M file, but while saving on documents, while saving your work on Live Editor, you have to use .mlx. Having said that, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so now. You can also comment on the work as we like the video, and comment as we progress. Now we go over to hands-on. This thing is going to be practical. It's not just going to be theoretical. We move over to Matlab. So once you launch your Matlab, these three windows will come up. This is your command window. This is your current folder. You can see a number of works I've been doing. And then this is your workspace. You can change the layout. You can see the layout. You can change the layout to what suits you. For example, you can give it 3 columns. You see the way it appears now. You can just make maybe you just want the command window. You just select all but command window only, and you just format it to what you want. And by the time you get exactly what you want, this is what I normally choose. You can now save it. You can say save layout. You give it a name. Let's say module 2. Okay, module 2 lecture series on Matlab module 2. So anytime you come, you can always go to that formatted window. Now, let's start with command window. As we're about to start, I want you to observe workspace. There's nothing there, excuse me. So let's enter a variable here, a variable name A is equal to, let's say, 27 or 37, and then we say enter. You notice that the variable name has appeared on the workspace. So it has a record of what we are doing. Even if we clear the command window with CLC command, you notice that A is still there. If we enter a column vector, say C is equal to 1, we just enter a column vector 1 up to, say, 6. So when we run this, we are going to get C equal to 135. So you notice that C has been recorded. We can actually open C up to see what is there by clicking on it, and then you can open this one up. This is the workspace now. You can maximize it to see exactly what it is. So so that's C. Later you can either minimize it or close it up entirely so you can continue what you are doing. So the only thing that will cause the information saved on workspace to go is when you execute clear instruction, clear, and then everything goes. You are back to status quo. Oh, so that's exactly what command window, current folder, and workspace is all about. Even if you are working with Simulink, even if we're not doing Simulink now, you can actually export data from a Simulink environment to workspace, and then you can plot your graphs here. One of the major limitations of command window, working with command window, is that it doesn't give you that flexibility to type a number of codes before you execute. It executes on the go, and you can't really save what is done on the command window for future use. So that is the reason for editor. Now let's start with new script. That is what is generally referred as editor. Here you can actually write MATLAB files or functions and save them. For example, I can say that matrix B is equal to, let's just take a 3 by 3 matrix, is equal to 3, 4, 1, semicolon, that is first row, and 6, 5, 0, 2, that is second row, and 2, 9, 22, that is the third row. And then we can say that um, D is equal to um, um, say 1, 3, 5, and then that's first row. We say 4, 5, 7, that is the second row, and then we say 1, 1, 1, that is the third row. We can actually execute F to be equal to B plus D. So if when we run it, we are going to get a result on before we run it, let's clear our command window, and then we increase it a little so that we can see what we are doing. So we can actually run this file. It will prompt us to save it. We get to save it with .m. So we go to this folder and call it anything you like. I will call it module 2, module 2 example.m. So with that, it will ask you, do you want to add to the path, or change the folder? Yes, I want to add to the current directory I'm working on. I want to add to this path. I want to save this thing on this folder, not on general Matlab path. So I add to the path, and the result is there. So you can see this is A, this is B, this is D, and this is F. Of course, it's correct because 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7, and or 5 plus 1 is 6. And then for the second row, 5 plus 4 is 9, 0 plus 5 is 5, so 2 plus 9 is 7, 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 plus 9 plus 1 is 10, and 22 plus 1 is 23. So essentially, this is what the live, editor helps you to do. It helps you to develop serious codes and then run them at your convenient time. That's about the editor. Let's go over to New Life Editor. This one is interesting, very, very interesting. So with the New Life Editor, you can do a number of things. For example, this is just where the section, this is just a section. Before the section, you can insert your text. You can insert your text as if you are preparing a lecture. You can use it to prepare your lecture. You can say this is a lecture series. This is lecture series on the use of Matlab. On the use of Matlab. Matlab. So And you can add, you prepare your lecture here. This is module, module 2. And then you can say we are dealing with Windows and editor. It makes the whole thing interactive. Then when you finish, you can come back here and add a section. Just go back to your live editor and you add a section. So, and then you put your code. You see it now? So what we did before, we can actually repeat here. We can repeat here. This is what we did before. Where is it? Where is that? This is what we did before. So we can actually copy this and put them here. You see that? So this one gives us visibility of interaction. And when we run the code is going to, by default, the code is going to appear on the right. So when we run this code, it's not going to appear, let's clear here so that it will be clear. It's not going to appear on the command window. It's going to appear on our right-hand side. So when we run the code, by default, except if I have reformatted by mistake or previously, but by default, everything will appear on the right-hand side. So at the end of the day, you can even print this as a lecture note for your students or for your presentation. So you can see that if you don't want the result to appear here, you can make changes, output inline, as it is now, output is on the right. You can make changes. You notice that the output comes here. Output comes here. So this is a great way to prepare our lecture materials. And then you can hide the code if you want. And I have your result. Can also clear all output. You get the point? So that is the great benefit of a live editor. So that is the end of introduction to live editor. There are several things you can actually do with this as we begin to progress in the fundamentals of Matlab. We are going to make use of this live editor much. You can see control. You can introduce many things here. You can introduce task, table of content. You can introduce the table of content. So there are several things you can introduce on live editor. You can have your equation, even latest equation. You can insert your hyperlink. You can link up your lecture with URL of your choice, and then you can insert image. It makes the whole thing interactive and it makes it interesting. So, but for now, this is just introduction. So before we end, I want to say thank you. Please like and subscribe to my channel. There are other things we do. We raise young men for Christ. We raise our generation for Christ. We stand for the truth. At the university level, we engage students. We engage in embedded system trainings, practical training, hands-on trainings for our universities and beyond. We also supply embedded system kits and other things to schools and departments. So you can contact us for any of these services. Thank you so much for joining.